Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD StarCraft, and I'm here to bring you guys another Heart of the Swarm beta replay featuring none other than Root.Catz. As I said before, he was the not the semifinalist, but the second place finalist in the PhD beta tournament. And he's gone ahead and sent me some awesome replays of himself playing, so, you know, why not? Catz is one of the most creative Zerg players that I've ever seen, including Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Storm. He's just, you know, so innovative. He's always got some new fancy tricky strategy up his sleeve. Look at this, he's gonna get the probe, scouting probe in the beginning. And you guys will notice that I went ahead and started this replay about 2 minutes in. I think I'm gonna just do that from now on because, you know, the first 2 minutes, unless there's some kind of crazy rush in the beginning, it's pretty much just the players building up, and, you know, it'll help speed up the replay and get right into the action. And hopefully you guys are okay with that. Let me know if you guys aren't, and you know, I'll change it. But it does look like Catz gets that early drone probe kill, so that was a nice way to start off a ZVP, because you know what, when you get that kill, not only can you hatch right away, but you can you can go for a double expand. This is crazy now. And this is almost unheard of against Protoss. You know, the only reason the only reason why you would do this is because you know, you kill off that scouting probe, and Catz right away adapting his build says, okay, you're not going to have a scouting probe. I'm just going to go for a triple hatch right away. Now, I cannot guarantee that this hatchery is going to stay alive, guys, because very easily the opponent here, SlashDance, all he has to do is build a pylon and photon cannons right next to this hatchery, and that hatchery is dead. And we'll see if SlashDance does that. There's no way the spawning pool is going to be able to finish in time to get Zerglings, but it looks like SlashDance is not going to punish that hatchery. Now he's going to scout into the natural, and he sees that hatch as well, and now he's going to scout into the main, and I think at this point he's going to say, oh crap, I should have punished that third hatchery. Pretty much a free Liberty ticket right there, and oh god, another scouting probe dies. And now it's too late. Basically, SlashDance has let the most trickiest and creative foreigner Zerg player ever get away with the triple hatch. And you know, this is only a build that you typically see Zerg do against Terran, and only when the Terran goes CC first, to go 3 hatch before pull. So this is totally wonky right now, and I think the best decision here for SlashDance at this point, he's already lost 2 scouting workers. That sucks. But the best thing to do now is probably do some type of 2-base all-in. 2-base all-in is already prevalent enough as it is for Protoss against Zerg when the Zerg plays normally. But given that Catz here has been so greedy, I would say a 2-base all-in would be the perfect thing to do. Something like a 6-gate, plus you can bring the Mothership Core, or you can leave the Mothership Core at home just to recall all your units if things get hairy. And you know, that's just another escape route that SlashDance is going to have that will basically make it so like he can never be out of position. And that means that even if he goes all in with the 6-gate, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's forced to engage. Once he goes in there, he can pull away. And it looks like the Mothership Core is now out. I think it's just going to position itself right here. I don't think we're going to see anything tricky like a Mothership Core across the gap rush to the main base. I've done that a few times as Protoss, and it's always fun to do. Catz now bringing in his scouting overlord, and he wants to figure out exactly what's going on inside that main base. Looks like a sentry is going to be pulled back, and that'll probably push the overlord away. Won't really get to see much, and that's not good for Catz, because right now at this point, even though he got the 3 hatch off, he really wants to know what's going on. Actually, this Overlord might just make it over to the Robo Bay in time. I think it will. There isn't a second air unit, so that Overlord will see the robotics facility, and that's a big scout right there by Catz. So at this point, he knows now that it is something like, it's a pretty safe play. You know, we're not going to see any type of crazy Stargate. We're not going to see any type of crazy Twilight Council DT rush. We might see an Immortal Sentry all in. That's still possible, and we might see War Prison play, but it's unlikely. You know, it is pretty unlikely. Here comes another Overlord from Catz. He will see another 2 gates at the front door. Nothing too crazy there. And so far, we're primed for a macro game, guys. Catz is on 3 bases, has a Roach Horn down, has layers started, speed on the way. I think at this point he's probably just going to stick with Roach Zergling type of composition. We might see Swarmhost as well. I know Catz has an interesting terminology for the Swarmhost. He calls them the mushrooms. And I guess it kind of makes sense. They kind of look like mushrooms in a way. But I wonder if we'll see some Catz mushrooms this game. And for now he's going Roaches. with Roach speed and Zergling speed. And doing a good job of spreading creep down to the bottom right as well. This is a fairly small map, given the spawn points, so it's not going to take much to get the creep over to the Protoss natural. And here comes the War Prism, so we are going to see War Prism play here. A Queen, but 3 drones are going to get out of the way, so only the Queen is going to get stuck because she did not go on a diet. And now it looks like the Overlord is going to get pushed out as well. Now, what is SlashDance going to do? He should bring those sentries over here to force field the ramp, but too late now. Those roaches are inside the main base, and it might be time to pull out of here for these sentries. Those roaches are going to go in there and kill them off, but it looks like enough energy for a force field. And why isn't SlashDance warping in more units? I'm not entirely sure. He should bring in some stalkers or something. Is he really going to try to go Sentry Force 4 here and try to take out this spawning pool? It looks like now he's finally bringing in some more firepower. And it looks like he'll have enough to get off this spawning pool, maybe. Sentries are starting to run pretty low on energy, though. Now they have to fight off the roaches. Time to get out of there. Oh, that was close, and SlashDance is going to make it out of the way. That spawning pool bleeding at 250 HP, so close to death. But I think overall, not a bad play by SlashDance. Look at that, he got 2 drone kills, provided a little bit of harass. You can, oh, look at that. You can actually see what units are on the cliff. Look, there's a Queen right there. Soon, someday soon, some pro gamers are going to use that. They're going to, like, they don't even need to scout in the main base. They're just going to look at the shadows being generated on the edge of the cliff. I wonder if you have to be running the game on Ultra to be able to see that. So for pro gamers that don't have their shadows turned up all the way, they would not have that huge advantage. That's massive right there. And let's see here, Catz is going in with some roaches towards the middle of the map. Looks like the War Prism might try to make its way back in here though. And once again, unloading the same 4 sentries. They're pretty low on HP though. This is a very risky play by SlashDance. I feel like to do this, you need to bring in more units, you need to cycle in more. Why hasn't he cycled in more? And it looks like the reason is because he's adding on a ton of gateways, so it is going to be a 2-base all-in. How many gateways does he have? Oh my god. This is an insane amount of gateways, ladies and gentlemen. So here we have it. It is going to be a 2-base all-in by SlashDance, and now he's beginning to move out with everything that he's got. I believe the Warp Prism, yes, is still alive, so it's still with the main army here, which is huge. He needs to keep those sentries alive and not just warping in a large amount of stalkers. He's got over 10 gateways here, guys. I think, let me just get a quick head count. Yes, that is 10 gateways. So now SlashDance is moving out across the map. This is a lot of anti-armored firepower, and roaches are not going to be able to take this out, but Catz has infestors. And if he can get some pretty good fungals here, he might be in a decent situation, but the War Prism now unloading zealots into the main base. And Catz needs to get his fungals off. Those are pretty good fungals, guys. And SlashDance is in a lot of trouble here. Oh my god, his entire army is going to get taken out, but meanwhile, it looks like the War Prism doing damage with the zealots inside the main base. And SlashDance really have enough firepower to hold on in the middle. The infested Terrans coming out and making sure that doesn't happen. So SlashDance's main army repelled, but inside Catz's main base. In the meantime, it looks like several drones have gone down, and now the lair might fall as well. The Zealots are 1-1 upgraded. They can take out these Zerglings in 2 shots apiece. The Zerglings don't stand a chance, man. This is like watching Battle Hellions versus Zerglings. And will the Zealots take out this lair? They should. They should finish off that lair. It looks like SlashDance is warping in more reinforcements through the Warp Prism. And he's going to get the Infestation Pit researching Neural Parasite as well. Oh, wow. Catz is taking an obscene amount of damage through this drop. And I don't know if he's going to be able to recover. He just lost his lair. He lost his spawning pool, lost the Infestation Pit. These infestors can't do much. Desperately trying to shoot out Infested Terrans, calling upon the help of the 3rd race that is not here in this game, but it won't be enough, and now the Infestor's going to go down as well. Catz has got to be careful. And SlashDance should bring in an Observer so he can take out these burrowed Infestors. My goodness, there are so many freshly burrowed Infestors here. And Catz now looks like the Observer has finally made its way in. If it wasn't there before, I wasn't too sure, but it looks like, wow, Catz is in a lot of trouble, guys. He has lost his entire main base. Units are continuing to stream in right now, and you know, when you're in this kind of situation against Protoss, it's like the Protoss has all of these gateways right inside your main base, and that's a very hard reinforcement to stop. essentially all of their units spawning right inside your main, and now it looks like Mothership Recall being used to save what remains of the Protoss army. Their job has been done and did and done. And the entire main base has been eaten out alive. Cat's now having to recover, making a new lair at the very least. Does he have a new spawning pool and infestation pit? Yes, he has an infestation pit. And I'm not too sure if he can make any Zerglings right now. It doesn't look like he can, so he should recreate that spawning pool. But at the meantime, it looks like SlashDance is going to make another second wave push here off of 2 bases. This is getting kind of scary for SlashDance. He needs to get a 3rd base pretty soon, unless he's looking to end the game right now. Will he have enough firepower to do so? 1-1 are the upgrades right now for the Protoss army, going right into the new 3rd base. And it looks like the infestation pit for the 2nd time today is going to fall. Meanwhile, Catz is going around the back with all of his roaches. He's rebuilding all of his tech structures as well. Spawning pool and Spire being reconstructed, not sure where. It looks like inside the natural, but the natural could very well die right now to this attack unless Catz gets some incredible fungals off. And meanwhile, Catz now trying to punch a hole through the front door, but the Mothership core is purifying. That's going to eventually be able to take out these roaches, but Catz could just run them right into the main base. He looks like he's trying to do the Mamba dance right now, trying to figure out where he wants to go, but there's too many stalkers here. And the entire Protoss army called back home to deal with the roaches. Catz now burrowing his roaches underground, looking to potentially deal future damage if he can get them unburrowed, but there's an observer coming in, and all the roaches are going to die. Oh, Catz is in so much trouble after, I think, losing his entire army, but he has got 2 fully mining bases, and including that is the gold. SlashDance still doesn't have a new base coming, so I don't know. Catz might still be in this game, guys. I actually think Catz is doing all right here. And, you know, SlashDance is going to try to harass with this Warp Prism, but he's got to get it out before the fungal comes. Oh, that Warp Prism is going to get out on the high. Oh, no, it won't actually. Fungal. Very nice fungal at the very last second. But in the meantime, huge Protoss army pushing out of the middle of the field. And that hatchery is going to die. So now Catz is down to basically 1 mining base here right behind in this expansion, but it looks like SlashDance has kept that Warp Prism alive, so he can continue to harass with the Zealots. And Catz says, screw it, I'm going to go for another counterattack with these roaches. I can't hope to fight off this Protoss army by myself. And I'm just going to have to hope to win this game through economic warfare or through attacking, you know, guerrilla tactics. And that's what he's going for right now. He's going to be able to catch this Nexus. And Catz, kill off that Nexus. What are you doing? He should kill it off right now. Meanwhile, this huge Protoss army is barreling its way up through the natural. And everything inside could get taken down here. Not sure what Catz can do about this. Roach is now going to go for the natural Nexus. A couple of Roaches left behind to kill off the 3rd. Oh wow, this game is going to go all the way down to the base race. And 10 spine crawlers being made right now from Catz. Very smart decision right there. In a base race situation, you gotta buy time, and these are the best things at buying time, just building a bunch of crawlers. Same thing, SlashDance using sentries to buy time for his main base, but it doesn't look like he can warp in any more sentries because he lost his cybernetics core, so the roaches are going to be allowed to flood on in. A new core being warped in right now inside the main base, but it might be too late. The roaches are up inside, and now, oh, Mothership Recall brought back all of the units. SlashDance wants to save his main, doesn't want to lose all of his gateways. Some of the units got caught on the outside though. Now, he waited until he killed off the entire Zerg main once again, so that was a pretty smart play by SlashDance, but I still feel like he is going to be in trouble because he won't have any money. He just, oh, the rocks got killed off by Catz right there on the way out, so he's cut off the Protoss army. Very nice job using the map to his advantage, and now going to try to pick off the Stalkers and Sentries. And I actually don't think SlashDance should rebuild the Nexus here. I think that's a poor decision. There's no money to be had here. It's not worth it. He should rebuild the Nexus out here. And I'm not entirely sure why he's just dropping 400 to mine out of a base that essentially is completely mined out. I don't think that's the right decision at all. 3 Stalkers here still up inside the main, just making sure that larva died. And those Stalkers are going to die. They do not have Blink. So this game is just getting right down to the nitty-gritty, guys. 59 supply to 74. Catz is losing the supply war. He's also losing the drone count, but he's got a ton of crawlers at that base to help defend. So I don't know how this is going to go, guys. It looks like the main Protoss army is going to go for an attack here, but there's a ton of crawlers, and a fungal keeps them in place as well. I don't know about this. I don't know about this, SlashDance. Those crawlers are going to be a lot of trouble for his army to bust through. That's a great force field, though, keeping the roaches away. And SlashDance cannot attack this location. There's just no way in hell he can break it. But it's almost like he's forced to, because he knows there's a full mining base back here, and he has no such privileges back at home. And because of the force engage here, he's going to lose a lot of forces. Gonna try to kill off the infestation pit. It looks like he has carved out a hole on the left side. That infestor will get that last fungal off, killing off another immortal. And SlashDance just trying to get to the back of the minerals, and he will find a slight hole here to to attack and do some damage. But there's another hatchery coming up down on the bottom side, and SlashDance, he's gotten a new Nexus up, but like I said before, how much money are you really going to get from this? It's barely going to pay off for the Nexus itself. I'm looking at these stacks right now, and they have about, on average, about 200 apiece. So, I don't know why he built the Nexus there. Right now, he hasn't gotten much of an army left over. It's 44 supply to 44 supply, dead even. But once again, the problem is Katz's mining has a bunch of minerals to play with. And you know what? The Protoss SlashDance does not. And now these 4 roaches. Oh, it's 5 roaches versus an immortal. But the roaches are burrow microing away from the immortal. Oh my goodness. Katz, you are so clever. And goodbye, immortal. That was a very nice play right there by the Zerg player. And at the same time, SlashDance coming around this hatchery will pick it off. So at the very least, he will not find himself on a base deficit. Down 1 base, you don't want to be in that situation. So it's a good thing that the Protoss found that ninja expansion, but he still has no way, I don't think, of harassing the drones back here unless he can bring that War Prism to the back and maybe warp in some stalkers. That would probably not be a bad idea. Those crawlers are not in range to defend the drones from the backside, but there are infestors here, so bringing the Warp Prism back there is still quite risky. And at this moment in time, SlashDance is trying to go for a robotic support base so he can get Colossus out. Oh wow, I actually don't know who is going to win this game, guys, but here comes that Warp Prism. He is going to unload the stalkers right now, and they are back there. And Katz, what kind of army units does he have on the field? Just 8 roaches and 4 infestors. So he's going to have to get some pretty good fungals off on this ball up here. He has Overlord Vision. And where are the infestors? It looks like Katz was planning to go for an attack, but now has to recall his whole army back home. And will he be able to get the fungal off? Fungal number 1 comes, very nice. And those stalkers and that Warp Prism are going to go down. And SlashDance should have realized that infestors were on the field. Oh, he could not get the spawning pool! Oh my god, it was 1 shot or 2 shots away from being killed off. That would have been huge. Oh man, that was so close for the Protoss player, and I was going to say he should have realized that fungals were a threat. He should have spread out those stalkers along this ridge instead of leaving them balled up. So that was a big loss right there by Katz, or by the Protoss player SlashDance, and a good save right there by Katz. But right now it looks like SlashDance maybe gonna move out with another army. I don't know how he's affording these units off of 2 bases that is completely mined out right now. He is out of money, guys, and you'll note he hasn't saved up 400 for a new Nexus. So this is it for SlashDance. There is not going to be any more bases. This game is going to end within the next few minutes, and we'll just have to see. It's all going to come down to if SlashDance has enough firepower with these stalkers, with this immortal, to take out this base. And I don't know. There is a lot of crawlers here. There is some infestors here. This is going to really come down to the wire and completely to the micro. A second immortal comes in. That's going to help oh so much against the roaches. And it's a shame that SlashDance could not get that spawning pool killed, because his army right now, the only thing it's weak to is a lot of Zerglings. But Katz doesn't really have any Zerglings in the field, so I guess it doesn't matter. It looks like that infestor was edged out right there. Now SlashDance is going to go in. He's got to be careful though, man. Those fungal growths could be the death of him. And now, does he have enough firepower to take out these roaches and infestors? He has 1 observer overhead to catch the burrowing units. This is really gonna come down to the end. But I think Catz might have enough roaches to bust through the mothership recall to use to save the forces once again. Oh my god, as SlashDance realized, okay, I guess I don't have enough to break through that hatchery. It was a valiant effort, but I think that was a pretty bad trade right there by SlashDance. He didn't really kill off much of importance. And now he is distance mining, okay. So I guess he can save up enough for another Nexus, assuming he distance mines his way to 400, but he continues to warp in new units, and that makes it kind of hard to save up for a new Nexus, especially since you're distance mining. So, I don't know, guys. I really don't know. Catz is now double expanded again. Has an expansion down to the bottom left. That is going to be so helpful. And oh no, Catz is coming, man. This is like his trademark signature move. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin has a Stone Cold Center. The Rock has the rock bottom and the people's elbow. Catz has burrowed infestors. So, he's got them behind the natural right now. It's not like there's anything to kill. But you know what? If he kills off this Nexus, that'll make it very hard for these probes to distance mine, because then they'll have to go from here all the way back to here. So we'll see if Catz goes for the signature move here. He's got plenty of energy saved up and a lot of infestors. Oh man, this is just, I don't know, this is just one of the craziest games of StarCraft 2 I've seen in some time. It's just completely 32 minutes in now, down to the wire. I think Catz has the advantage here, but I can't call it for certain. And I don't know why he's attacking this location again. Stop it! Stop it! SlashDance, this is not going to work. Too many infestors, too many spine crawlers, and you know, that's just never going to be a winning fight. Oh man, that Immortal's still left back there. Now finally Infested Terrans have come out. That Nexus is going to go down. And it doesn't look like SlashDance ever saved enough to get another third Nexus up. So now this is starting to tilt heavily in the favor of the Zerg player. A couple of Infestors here can get a great set of bungles off. No, they won't. They'll go for Infested Terrans instead. That'll be enough to take out the Stalker and the Immortal. And now the Protoss is in full-on just depressed mode, man. There's no options at this point, except to GG out. I don't think he can win this game. Nice pick off of the burrowed Infestor there. But this is it. This is it, guys. There's nothing SlashDance can do. He is out of money. He doesn't have a Nexus. Trying to rely on the Mothership Core here, but that's a bleak hope. You know, eventually Catz is going to muster up enough of an army to take him down. And I think the only reason why SlashDance hasn't left the game or GG'd yet is because he doesn't realize that there's two mining bases here. There's one over here and there's one back here. He thinks it's still a one base versus one base scenario, but that's not true at all. That is not the case. In Mothership Core now, it's like the only expensive unit left on the field for SlashDance. He's just left to Stalkers and Probes, and that's it. And there we go. He's gonna see the base, and that's it. That will be the GG for SlashDance. But an incredible StarCraft 2 HOTS game right there between two closely matched players. You know, for the first 30 minutes, I couldn't call it one way or another. I didn't know who was gonna win the game. And it finally just grinded out, just microing to victory, and finally Catz was able to take that victory. I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. This is going to be HD signing out till tomorrow. I'll have more videos coming out then, and make sure you guys stay tuned. See you guys.